this is like this, 0 to 3 means we will get 3. By default, if we don't give anything after the colon, it will take 1. But if I give 2, so what it does is, after 0, it will, like, instead of doing +1, it will do +2. So my elements are just C comma C.
Okay, so it is skipping three elements,
2 elements.
two elements.
Like, it is not considering this. For 0, it is adding 2.
Okay, okay,
So it will give me 2, right? So
yes,
I'll get this one.
okay.
Maybe I'll change this one.
What if x bracket 1?
Huh? Sorry?
What if x instead of 0, if it is 1?
Yeah, I'll start with that. So here the starting index is 0. If I make it 1, it will start from 1. So
B.
1 to 2, basically it's like 3 comma 3, right? 3 colon 3. So it will be empty. Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry. We'll get B. I got confused.
Yes,
Yeah,
B.
we'll get
Mhm.
B.
Yeah,
Because start is 1, right? So
yes,
it will get B. After that, 1 plus 2 means 3. So the maximum is goes to n minus 1. This is n, right, for me in this case. So n
yes,
minus 1. So it will only consider 2. 2 is already 2, we won't get in this because we kept this as a 2, right?
2. Yes,
So yeah, maybe I'm not explaining that great about that logic, but you got the gist, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
I understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's uh, that's that's why if you do this logic, now what's happening, you can tell me why we'll get reverse elements here.
Hmm.
So I did not give anything here. Here
Yes,
also I did not give. So that basically mean 0 to n minus 1, right?
minus 1.
So it will be at, so first it has to start at -1, so it will give me from the last.
Yes.
That's why this will give me reverse of the list. If you want reverse, you will just write it like this. If the syntaxes mostly should be correct, if there is any issue, you can let me know. You can try and let me know. That's why I'm not trying,
Yes.
because I want you to try. So I'll cover
Yeah.
all these topics. You try with examples on how to access them.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you can use indexes to access the list elements. If you want to access the full list and print all the elements, that time we use loops, because you are going one after the another, right? So you
Yes.
are running the print statement again and again, but how many times you have to run depends on length of the list. So for that, what we do is, like, for I in range is one function which basically give me the list. Like, for example, if I tell range of 6, what does that mean is, like,
0 to 5,
0 to
it
5.
will go.
It is a list of elements which is like 0 to 5. So range function I will use here. Instead of 6, I will use length of my list, and
Yes.
I will print that elements, print x of I. So what it
Mm.
does is, it will print all the elements in the list.
Yep.
This is one way. Right now I am using I as an index.
Mm.
Instead, I can directly use for loop to get elements also. Like, if I don't write range function, and instead I'll just give my list variable. So x is my list variable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I just give for I in x, what for loop will consider is, I am accessing the elements directly, and I can just write print. This also
Okay.
gives me the same output. This also gives me the same output.
Yeah.
Like for example, I'll write examples also. C, B, like that it will print D
Mm-hmm.
comma E comma F.
Mm-hmm.
This also print the same. C, B, C, D comma
Yeah.
E comma F. So basically, if I use the range function, I'm getting indexes. If I don't use any function, if I pass the list directly, I'll get the element directly.
Element. Yeah. For example, like for I in range length, you're telling,
Mm.
right? So we are considering there like total complete length.
Yeah,
So what if in case if we
yeah.
want to just
Instead of
print
length, that time
whole.
what do you do is like, however you are accessing indexes to control the list, in the same way here also you will do. If you want only odd numbers, so
Mm-hmm.
what you do is like, you will, like for example, I want to print all odd numbers within the range 10. So what I do is like, uh, I'll write it like this. What it
Okay.
does, so first will be my 1, output will look like 1
Then 3,
and 3, 5,
5,
like that.
7, 9.
The
Yeah.
same way, even if you want to access list also, like you will type uh, even the, you will provide any starting index. I think comma separated, I guess, here, and here you will write 2.
Mm.
So
Okay.
that will also give me in that specific order. It will skip one element and it will give me next element. So this is same, start, end and counter. Even range, for range function also you can use. This is how you access all the list variables. And for example, usually this case also occurs. uh, you are reading a file, in that there was an assumption saying that all you have is integer data types. You can try this logic. uh, uh, I'll tell you what all you need to use. You can try this. So you are reading a text file. You, in that
Mm-hmm.
assumption is all you have is like integer values.
Mm-hmm.
But by mistake someone added a list.
Mm-hmm.
So that time you have to throw an error that this file is not valid because
Mm.
it has list data type. So that, for that you can use that read file reading functionality. And while file reading, you have this function read and read lines.
Yes. Read and read lines.
Yeah, read and read lines. If you do read, it will give me all in one string.
Yes.
Instead, try, because I told you have to check each line, right, if it is a valid data type or not. So for that you will use read lines. It will give you a list of lines. In that you have to check if it is any data type other than the integer. For that, you, what you can use function is type function is there. So type function, like what it does is like, it will give me int in quotes. You have to compare. In if condition, you have to check if type of any element is not same, is not int, you have to return false.
Return.
Yeah, you have to return false, or you can print false, because return statements I did not cover it, right? If you
Yeah.
know, you can try. If not, you can just print false.
Print false.
Yeah,
Mm.
if everything is integer, you don't have to print anything. Otherwise you have to just print false. This will be in quotes. You can use single or double quotes. This is this you can try.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
why we use this is like we are reading a lot of files. As a data engineer role, you will read lot of files. You have to first validate the file. If it is not in specific format, you have to throw an error saying that this is an invalid file. Some kind of logic you have to use. So I want you to try that logic. Basically, you will
Yeah.
use type, read lines, and how to read a file, and you will use for loop.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you can try that. Yeah, I think pretty much list is that. Mm, and tuple is basically like you will create like ones, like for example my example tuple equal to 0 comma 1 comma like it can have integers also, a comma b comma c. It can be anything, so you can just access it like print exam. I think length function is same for tuple, I guess. I don't at length should be same, I guess.
Yeah. 0.
Yeah, tuple length also it will be same. Yeah, you can use the length function only, it will give, so you can access that also using for loop. Same. Yeah, and dictionary, the way of accessing dictionaries are different. So basically for that also we'll use for loop. uh,
Mm-hmm.
and one thing, one second, in python is ordered or unordered. Okay, previously dictionaries are unordered, but from python 3.7 plus it is ordered. So if you give in what order, it will have in the same order only.
Yes. Ordered.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
And tuples are
dictionaries is
also
like
ordered, right?
list is ordered, list tuple everything is ordered.
Tuple
Set
ordered.
is not ordered. Let me try set
Mm-hmm.
also, they might have changed. Set is unordered.
Ordered. Yes.
Yeah. So okay, list
Unordered
and
in
set
the sense
also I'll
like,
tell. So what?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Unordered in the sense,
Like for
how?
example, if I create a list one, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
1 second, list one as 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 1. So if I print list one, I'll get it in the same order.
Yeah.
And if I
One.
try set of 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 1, the order can be anything, it doesn't have to be in the same order. It can come like 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 1, or it can come in the same order also, but you won't have control on it.
Okay.
You cannot
Mm-hmm.
try set 1 of 0, something like that. Indexes won't work in that case. So set
Makes
is
sense.
unordered, and
Okay.
even if you
Mm-hmm.
create a set like this will only give me unique elements, 1 comma 2
Yeah.
comma 3.
But
It
I
won't
was
take 1.
the one.
uh,
Yeah.
so how you
One.
convert like you have list of elements, from that you need only unique elements. How you can do is print set of list of 1. What it
Mm.
does is it automatically delete repeated elements. It only gives 1
One, two, three.
1 comma 2 comma 3. So set is only gives like unique element. This is how you convert list list into set to get unique elements.
Makes sense.
And how you access dictionary is like key value pair, right? So to do that, you will write a we'll use for loop only for that. So for key comma value in dict1 dot items we use. So now you can get key and comma value. So, like you can add
Okay.
like conditions if key equal to 5, I should like
Yeah. If key equal to
uh,
5, then
you can
print.
print something else,
Yeah.
or
Mm-hmm.
you can also check if value equal to 5,
Print
value equal to
key.
10, you can do something, or you can also change the dictionary key values. How you will change the values, like for example, uh, previously for 5, I'll write a dict1 example, maybe I can explain
Yeah.
better. Dict1, consider I have uh, oranges, count, considered count of fruits only. Oranges 5, you have apples 6. So now you have like this. So now you are adding one more orange to your basket. So now you have to update your dict for that. So
Yeah.
what you will do is like you will check if my key equal to orange,
Orange.
I will update
Then.
dict1 of key. Of key means that square bracket and key. What it gives me is like value. This is nothing but 5. You can access values using this format. Instead of indexes in dictionary, we will have key.
Got it.
So what you will do now, you will just change it to 6. Now my updated dict will look like this.
Yeah. So then so we need to enter print also, right? Print dict one. Then we get orange 6
Yeah, you have to,
and
after
apple
for
is 6.
loop you will print.
Good.
So this is one way. Or you want to go one by one, you want to just add one, you don't want to assign. That time how you will do is like you will get the existing value and plus one. That
Plus one.
when we use this, like you don't know what is the new value, you just know one orange is added or
Yes.
two orange is added. So
Hmm.
that time you will add to the existing one.
Got it. Yeah.
So now also the same you will get. So this is both gives the same value. Either you can directly assign if you know what you have to assign, or if you want
Mm-hmm.
to add, you can add. So this is one way, and also similarly you can check values also. If my value equal to 5, I just have to make it 10. Whatever, even this can be like for anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know what is the key and all, right? You will just use key and you will just make it 6. I'll write 6 only. So
So what
what
happens then?
otherwise I'll one second, I'll print next to it so that you won't get confusion. So this will give me this. Here if it is a 5, you just have to make it 10. So then you will just check the value. If it is a 5, you will make it 10.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So
So if in case if so for example now orange is 5 and even there is another banana also it
yeah,
is 5.
banana
That
also,
also
then
will
it will
change
change banana also.
to 10.
Yeah,
Hmm.
banana also, if it is a 5, it will change all 5 to 10.
10.
So, but you want to only change orange. You don't want to change anything. For orange, if it is a 5, then you have to make it a 10. Or
Hmm.
no, that is not a correct example. Okay. Uh, okay. This case, consider this case. You have oranges,
Hmm.
apples, banana, right? Your use
Yes.
case is uh, user told only your orange is updated to, like, you got only one extra orange, you have to update your dictionary.
Hmm.
It did not mention anything about any others. So if it is an orange, you have to change. As dict is like whatever on order you have inserted. So for like first you have orange, you have apples and banana. If you find orange at first, you don't want to check the others, right?
Yes.
So that time what we do is like we'll use break. Break, what it breaks? It breaks the for loop.
Hmm.
So it won't check for apples and bananas. Usually maybe better example is like instead of that, uh, okay, I have a list of elements 6 and 10. So what you need is like if you find a first even number, you have to return that.
Hmm.
So this is my list. I just have to return my first even number in this list. So here my first even number, I'll check if even number logic is like we'll check if remainder if it is divided by 2, it is a even number, right?
Yes.
So if my I percentile 2 equal to 0, 3 it will fail, 5 it will fail. Then for 4
4.
you just have to print and return it. So what I'll do, if it is I'll print, and I don't have to return anything. So I just have to
Break.
type break. What it does, it stops the for loop.
Yeah.
This is
Since
one
we
case.
got
If you
first even.
uh, if it is a odd number, mm, continue example, how can I tell continue when I'll use continue
Uh,
example, I don't, I like I can,
yes,
I'm
yes,
not
yes, yes.
break and continue. I'll tell this example only. I'm not remembering which example I can use.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is easy
click
also
finish.
looking into this.
Okay. Ah, so uh, you, if it is a even number, you are printing the element and you are breaking it. You are not continuing anything. If it is a odd number, you just have to go to next element. That by default also it will go like okay. If else I'll use, if it is not even number, it is odd number, right? So I'll just use else. We have else if also, where you can add extra condition. So if
Mm-hmm.
else, I will print uh, maybe something like odd, and here, sorry, here after else I have something like even not found, something like this. So if I have a break, then also this line won't execute. If I have a here after print odd, it will always print this line also, because break means it is coming out of the entire for loop, right?
Got it. So
So
first it will go
first
to
it will print
3.
output
Then
will
it will
look
be
like this,
mm-hmm.
odd,
Output will be out,
then
even
again
not
will be
found.
odd.
Okay, even not found is
Sorry, yeah, even not
after
found also
zero.
will come after odd. Correct,
Yeah,
nice.
even not found, then odd,
Yeah,
then even not found,
then odd.
then 2, then
Yeah,
3.
then
Well,
it will
to
print
break.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, so
Yes.
here I'll just add, if my I is like 5, I don't want to print anything, I just want to just print odd and return. That time what I'll do is like I'll add a continue statement.
Continue.
So
Yeah.
what it does is it won't print this line.
Yes.
So for 5 I won't get this line.
Yes.
That's the
It will
difference between
again go
break
to
and
that.
continue.
Well,
Sorry?
it will go to that if statement, right?
Yeah,
Again, like
for
the loop
statement it will
again.
go.
Yeah, for loop.
Mm.
It will go to 4.
Yeah,
Then it will print 4. Then it will completely break.
yeah. And we also have one more else condition for loop also. Like you print all the elements, and if you add,
Mhm.
like this is indentation is important in Python, right? So
Yes.
I'm like adding straightly to for loop. Here if I
Hmm.
add print, what it does is even found. What it does is after 4 it comes out of the for loop and prints me even found.
Oh, it will print even from.
Yeah, I'll
Because
just
I
show you
think,
in Google Colab.
yeah. What I'm thinking is, if and if is satisfied, then else will not
A
work, right?
condition, that, yeah, even I have that doubt, but yeah, let's see, even I don't remember that. But else part, oh,
Yeah, maybe if else is not there, then it should print. Let's see. Oh,
okay, I'll just type Python compiler. Generation show.
indentation, yeah.
Yeah, okay, then
Hmm.
then maybe this case we will get. 1 second, I'll change, like for loop won't finishes everything, maybe that time we will get 7 8 9 7. Yeah,
Now we
if
got.
after for loop reaches the end, then we'll get even found.
Hmm.
Yeah, or instead of
Either or else it will continue for 3 times.
yeah, it continues for
Even
3 times,
four.
or else let me maybe add numbers also. I won't get. Yeah, so odd even not found, odd
Hmm.
5, then 4, then
Or
odd 3 again, then even not found, odd 5, odd 7, even not found, no even number.
hmm.
Break won't run the else part, but yeah, if we reach the end of list, then we'll get to else.
Hmm.
Similarly, we have this try except block also. So for example, we have this divided by 0 error, right? Any error, like for example, I did not initialize a variable, or my function execution failed because some index, for example, I have a list of elements 1 comma 2 and I try to print a comma 3. That index is not there. So that time also what I'll get is like I'll get an exception. So exception, basically you can just write except and you can print failed in quotes. So what it does, as it uh, it index is not there, we will get index out of error. Oh,
Failed.
so we got failed, but you don't know what type of exception occurs. For that, what you can do is like you can write print exception as e and failed due to, and usually for string we use like this, for s comma e, what it takes is like e value will be printed here. This we call it as a formatting.
Okay.
I'll tell you later about that. So if you see, maybe, yeah, I forgot to use brackets.
Okay, yeah, it is saying index out of range by its own.
So if you see, this formatting, I'm doing wrong syntax, I guess.
Okay,
uh,
okay.
1 second, I think we have to use, okay, I think, yeah, I understand. This should work. No, this formatting, I think I have to revise how to use, I forgot. So basically what it is printing is the exception also, but list index out of
So
range.
how come it is knowing index out of range? Is it like E already built in?
No, e
Something?
already, that variable we are passing already, right? Previously also I was passing, but the way of passing that was different, but I was passing in print
Yeah, yeah.
statement. So try except, basically we'll get the exception as well. And we also, exception usually, what if in a code, if exception occurs, what we'll do is like we'll handle it by catching it in the exception block, and then you will decide what you want to do. You want to continue or exit the program. If you want to exit the program, you will raise and stop. What it does is it won't run anything after that.
Mm.
If you don't raise, like here again you will print hello. What it does is it will print hello.
Yeah.
But if you
It is
kept a
out of
raise here,
that block.
it will raise error, it won't print hello.
Hmm.
This, we have one more term called finally. If you do, you see the hello also, right?
Hmm.
Even though you raised, then also it executes.
Hmm.
Okay, if you
Makes
usually
sense.
in, this is like very rare case we use daily basis, but we use like this try except raise if you want to raise, or if you want to handle, if you want to
Hmm.
continue, we will continue. This is rare case finally we'll use, but we'll have a need of that. And we also have else. I don't exactly remember when it will run. Else, hi,
Okay.
we'll see. But we have that. But exactly, I think if a exception does not occur, it will run. I think finally we cannot have, I guess. So if exception occurs, it will. If I just exception does not occur, it will print me high. For except, we have else block. If exception does not occur, what you want to do. Without this also it's same. It runs if
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Got it. So it is directly. It is not.
Yeah, usually it should raise exception, but I don't know why it raised before, right?
Yeah, it will.
I don't know. Maybe this is like terminal, right? Maybe online, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
not stopping, but it should. Okay, try. It should work. But yeah, usually that case you can try in Google Color. Maybe it gives better. Like you can get more understanding. But these are the things we usually have, like basic Python things you have to remember. Data types,
Mm-hmm.
type function, list indexes, how to access dictionary using for loop. Yeah, and try except block.
I expect.
Try finally except. If you know the exception, you can like type index error. You have to do it in the same format. Index error as e. So what that means? Only if you have index error, it will come to this block. I will show it here. Mm. If you don't specify anything, all exceptions come here. Okay, here I don't have. That's why it is not coming. Otherwise, it will fail.
That's what I was telling. Like two is there.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I did not understand.
Then it's.
Sorry, sorry, my bad. I was, I, I
First,
think,
I also got confused, and then
yeah.
I was like,
Then maybe you, I did not listen you saying that. So, yeah. Okay. So here, if you see, uh, this is index error, right? So
yes.
instead of exception, you kept index error. Then you will catch that exception. Okay, for now we won't fail. So we will catch that exception. But instead of index error, you have like a by 0. This is like infinite, right? You cannot divide by 0. So this exception, this is also okay. Wait, 5 by 0. So you cannot divide by 0. This is 0 division error. So
Hmm.
you are not catching that error, right? That's why it didn't come here.
Hmm.
For that, if you specifically specify except 0 division error, it will go there. Or if you specify again as this you can write like general. You don't know what exceptions you get, that time you will write it like this. If you know the exception, you will write like that. Sometimes we in our code we will only create exceptions, right? If this is like for example the data type mismatch is there, so you have to raise an exception saying, throw an error saying that
Yes.
the data type mismatch is there. That time you will raise an exception. That is like that you will handle by yourself. Here you will specify what type of exceptions you are raising. So if you see index by 0, now we got it into general. If it is like index error, you will get it here. So like that you can specify exception types also to handle different exceptions
Mm-hmm.
separately instead of clubbing all into one.
Everything into one. Yeah.
Usually in tools, we also create some exception classes by ourselves. Like for example, my tool is like E2E tool. So I'll create E2E exception.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll create this class, and here while raising, if I want to throw an error, I'll write raise E2E exception, and you will pass some message or something that you will handle in this class. So that time it raises E2E exceptions. You will handle E2E exceptions because it's your exception. You are creating an exception. This is not Python exception.
Yes.
That is one thing. Yeah. And how you create functions is like we'll use def, that is like keyword, and the function name, and you pass parameters like a comma b comma c. So I'll write para1, para2, you will pass, and you at the end semicolon, and sorry colon, you will like now print para1 and para2.
Okay.
And if you want to return sum of it, you will write sorry, if you keep bracket it will become tuple. So para1 and para2, or this is one, this will return one element, sum of those two. If you want to return both
Yeah.
sum and difference, you can write one return statement only, that time comma
Comma.
para1 minus
Para1
para2.
minus.
So what it does is it returns as a tuple. Like if you
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
access it, you have to use indexes, or this I'll write math. Okay, first time it returns, so I'll call a of, okay, I'll write it here, math 1 of 2 comma 5. So this will return me if I print it, or else I'll assign this to some value, c equal to math 1 2 comma 5. Then if I print c, what it gives me is 7 for this return statement. If I do this one here, as I passing two variables, I need to like here also give two variables. So if I do print c comma d, I'll get like 7 comma minus 3. This comes as a tuple basically. That's why you are using like tuple, you can access like this also. I did not cover that part. You can
Yeah,
access
yeah.
like this also. Like for example, if your a x coordinates equal to, or basically in return types only we will do that, c comma d, you will get two values, or you can write I'll show maybe example here only code. That's it. Yeah, from tomorrow I'll log in Google Colab and type it here. Okay, I'll share that collab.
This is another like
Hmm?
programming के लिए क्या?
Yeah,
Python online compiler.
and this is Python compiler, just regular compiler. So in this case, if I print, I'll get, sorry, something 7. But if I pass both values as this return statement, I can use the same function here also. So here if you see, I got 7 and 3, or I can do this in different way also. I can just create one variable, and I can type a of 0 comma a of 1, same. But this is like a tuple. If you print type of a, it will give us a tuple.
Yes.
So that's what I wanted to cover. Yeah. why we function. So def, this is the function name and parameters.
Function and parameters.
Yeah, we have one more thing like keyword parameters.
Mm-hmm.
That is something like, for example, uh, you don't know by default if a user only passes one value, or if user doesn't pass any value, then also your function should run. So by considering either default values or something, it shouldn't fail. So that time what you will do is like, if user doesn't pass any values, then I just need to return 5 plus 2 sum. Sorry, that is also like 5 plus 3
Oh,
sum.
okay, okay.
So now if I just do print of math 1, basically by default values we will use keyword parameters. Sorry, something error came.
Comma,
Comma.
comma.
Okay. Okay, I'm printing the math. Okay. I have to store that d equal to int d. So what it does, why again it came? Oh, okay, I did not add
Mm-hmm.
brackets. Okay,
Mm.
here here also I can do. So it will just give me by default whatever values is there or not. If for example I know one value but I other one if doesn't pass, I have to use default. One is mandatory, he has to pass. So that time my first one will always be mandatory one, like this value he has to pass, but this can be considered as a default also.
Free if it is not passed
Yeah,
anything.
if I run this now, I'll get an error saying that mandatory value is not passed, missing one required positional argument.
Hmm. Yeah.
So if you
At
pass
this time,
one,
we can throw exception,
yeah,
right?
if you pass one, it will consider that one value. If it other value will be default. The order is important. Always first comes the mandatory arguments.
Hmm.
This can be optional arguments.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess today you have you can try all these things. I'll give you what all topics I have covered, maybe a note. Like these
Sure.
all I
Yeah.
covered today. You can try to practice based on that. But the try that file thing and try exceptions thing.
Sure. Sure, Bhavna. Yeah, I'll try this.
Mm.
And also, I'll like go through some website which I'm looking for all these with for definitions and all, right?
Yeah, geeks for geeks you can try.
Hmm. I'll try to go with that.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
copy all this and send it to you. From tomorrow
Yeah.
I'll try Google Collab and I'll share the collab with you maybe.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be helpful as well.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay.
We can even do and have